Hi guys, Jess here with Key Tarot. I'm going to do a reading for you for the full moon here in January 2021. This is the first the first full moon of our year. Alrighty. I always experience a lot of telepathic and psychic activity around the new moon and the full moon. Let me know if that resonates with you, if that's the way things flow in your life. Let's say a quick blessing and we will just get started and see what this holds for us. Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being with us here today and in every single breath that we take. We ask that you bless these messages to be received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. Alrighty, I'm gonna give this deck a quick shuffle as well, and we will get started. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that your 2021 is off to a good start. Hope January has been profitable, prosperous, abundant, peaceful, something like that, healthy. Temperance in reverse. This is the card of Sagittarius. That's the season that we just came from in December. It goes Sagittarius, then Capricorn, and then Aquarius, which is what we're in now. But Temperance is really more about balance. It's learning self-discipline. Whenever we have it in the reverse like this, it feels like someone who needs to look at those aspects of their lives. It feels like there's someone who's not, it's not that they're not looking at themselves, it's that they're not taking action to implement more positive behaviors in their life. There's something that has a lot to do with self-discipline here. We have someone who seems to find themselves like out of the frying pan and into the fire, constantly like on a loop. There's someone here who feels like their life always feels like it's falling apart in some way. It's because things are off balance. Guess what though? Oh my goodness, things are changing. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that this person's actually done quite a tremendous amount of work on themselves. In the last, I'm going to say at least 2 years, someone has started down some kind of spiritual path, some kind of evolutionary path. This person has started, OMG. I am so excited for whoever I'm reading for. And don't get hung up on the zodiac signs. It's really more the energies that they contain, and don't get hung up on the genders that I call out either. You'll know if you're a masculine or a feminine energy. It's not about your physical body. I think the person that we're talking about right now, whether this is you or whether this is someone in your immediate environment, is going to start experiencing with this new moon a lot of peace coming in, a lot of things to be grateful for. There are a lot of foundational blocks that this person has worked very hard to put into place over the last couple of years. This person is reassessing now some of the changes that they have made in their life, and they're actually being positively surprised about how well things are about to start flowing. I'm hoping that I'm reading for you. Because whoever you are, I'm really excited for you. I've got the Justice that came out on its side. This is someone, and we have 2 major arcanas out there already. We have some really big energies flowing towards you, around you, circulating around you at this time of the month. This Justice card is the card of Libra. It is a card of balance, and so is Temperance. Let's be real. Both of these represent balance in our lives. Okay. Tempering, like the process of tempering steel is like process of hardening it, of creating a tool out of metal, of shaping something into something more functional. Yes. With this one right here, with Libra here being represented with this Justice card, we have someone who's really looking at where the imbalances in their life have been, and they're actually being surprised by, I think you're going to be surprised at how well you're actually doing all of a sudden. Where things have been feeling off balance for a very long time, we almost have a flip-flop, 180-degree flip-flop of energies, where all of a sudden it's like this light shines down on whomever I'm reading for here, and there's like a lot of warmth. It's like a glowing of the sun almost. I have the Six of Pentacles here that came out with that. That's an energy of equal give and take. It's very similar to this Libra card, this Justice card, where we have the scales represented here. And then we have the scales represented here, a scale of balance. The Six of Coins is all about reciprocity. Again, equal give and take, getting something for what you give. And it's like good karma. The Six of Pentacles is having so much, as is the Ten of Pentacles here, is having so much that you can give to others. It's possible that you've gone through some period of time where you had felt drained. You felt like you didn't have anything left to give. And in fact, I'm hearing that you didn't even know what it was you were supposed to be giving here for a while. You didn't know how to do it. You didn't know how to give. You didn't know how to receive. And all of that slowly changing, or excuse me, rapidly changing. Here's what has happened over time. It has slowly changed. Your perspective of yourself, your life, your relationships has changed enough that the direction of the energy is shifting. Okay, good. Have the Five of Cups in reverse and the Chariot card. Okay, so the Five of Cups to me, and obviously I am not a doctor, so do not come for me, but the Five of Cups has always been for me the definition of insanity. Always reaching for the same empty cups and always expecting them to be full, and they never ever are, and being surprised by that every time. But whenever we have this in the reverse, it's someone who's absolutely tired of the emotional drama that comes with that rat race, that comes with that runner-chaser dynamic, that comes with always looking for instant gratification. We have someone who wants to move on to something different with the Chariot card that came out with that. That is the card of Cancer, and that is a card of forward moving action, taking leadership. It's a driving force of positive energy. So every bit of stagnancy that you've been feeling over the last few months, I feel like it's going to start dissipating rapidly. Good job. We're going to start making some positive changes here is what I'm seeing in your career. I feel like we have a lot of positive opportunities coming towards you. And the thing is, the reason they're coming towards you is because you made them happen. Now, what you've been struggling with here in the past is harnessing your energy. You felt depleted at times as well. And so there were times when you had a hard time like focusing yourself and your energy, but there were also times when you felt like you didn't have anything left to give and you didn't know which direction to go in. And it's caused some delays, but during those times of delay, I feel like you still kept trying and you kept on. And that is the that excess energy that you put out in times when you didn't have enough is really starting to back you up now and propel you forward. I have the Four of Swords here. We've had to end something. We've got a separation on the table here in some way. We've had to, Four of Swords can indicate an ego death, a separation of any kind. It can represent a need for a break. I need to take a break, I need to relax, I need to let things go. It can represent letting go of something that you had allowed to define you for some time. And possibly with this Five of Cups in the reverse, letting go of something allows something else to come into the frame. Letting go of one thing allows there to be space for something else. I get the sense that someone in this, whomever I'm reading for, doesn't want to stand in their own way anymore. They're tired of doing that. And that may be where we're seeing some of these positive changes coming from, is a desire to not be a hindrance to yourself anymore. Good job. I have the Hermit in reverse. That's so interesting. I did another reading earlier this week. And the Hermit in reverse was the first card out for them. This Hermit in reverse, the Hermit is a card of Virgo, but the Hermit in reverse is someone who has possibly been having a hard time learning lessons, having a hard time accepting information from a higher power. They've been having a hard time accepting the truth about things for a while. I have the impression that like if you don't do it, it will be done for you. And I think that whomever I'm reading for understands that. They know that. I think whoever I'm reading for, if this is your story, you're highly gifted, you're psychically intuitive and gifted, and You have a very healing presence. However, I think you know, as well as I do here in this spread, that you have been shortchanging yourself because of some habits, possibly some addictions, possibly some hangups, possibly some negative toxic relationships, just some kind of things that you've been allowing to hold you back for some time. And I think you're starting to let go of that. I think you're starting to see the truth. The Knight of Wands, very good. Okay, so this is someone who wants to take action and they don't want to keep doing the same thing that they've been doing anymore. This is someone who wants to jump into something. They want to leap into something brand new. There's some kind of something new feeling for you that is it feels like you would want to just jump off into it and you wouldn't care how it went. Almost, I don't want to say impulsive or erratic, unexpected, maybe. Let's see. Palace of Swords. Okay, so this is the Tarot of Dreams by Cyril Marchetti, and they have several extra cards in their deck here. And this is the Palace of Swords, which is like the epitome of understanding. It's like the epitome of clarity coming in. It's divine inspiration. It's almost like a brilliant idea that strikes you out of nowhere, or it's some kind of it's a solution that comes. If there's been some kind of issue that you've been having trouble getting off, like some situation in your life, you're having a hard time getting it off the ground, whether it's starting a new business or maybe a relationship or something that you've really been struggling with, trying to find clarity, it's coming in like right now, right away. So for every bit of denial, every bit of lack of focus, every bit of change that we have not been making over this last few months, perhaps when you've known in the back of your mind that you've been needing to make these changes and you've been putting it off and you've been putting it off for whatever reason, we have the divine stepping in here with this energy, and it clarifies a lot for whomever I'm reading for you. Okay, there's a lot of clarity that you can expect to be receiving in the next 2 weeks, and you're going to understand why things have been going the way they have. You're going to understand what you need to do to change it if you want to. There's a lot of new wisdom and new insight that's coming in for you. Now, that's pretty darn impressive. I want to hear more about it. I'm going to switch over here to this Deviant Moon Tarot. And let's see. I want to know more about what that means for you. Thank you. Golly geez. Y'all kids don't quit with this. This is that Twin Flame 1111 Four of Wands. This is divine masculine, divine feminine, divine counterparts coming together. This may be what you've been on the table about with... we've been on the table with. This may be what's on the table here is a divine relationship of some sort. Perhaps you've been waiting for someone. Perhaps they've been waiting for you in some way to get something together here. There's some kind of stability for someone here, someone who's really focused on creating a life for themselves, a life that is very divinely orchestrated, spiritually gifted, but also focused on higher power. I have people who are coming together to meet in the middle somehow. There's some kind of clarity that comes in for you surrounding that in the next 2 weeks. There's some kind of understanding as to what you need to know about that. I have the Four of Pentacles that came out on top of that. I've got 2 fours on top of each. No, I've got 3 fours on top of each other. I have the Four of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. The only one that I'm missing so far is the Four of Cups, and that is about learning to love oneself. Now, this Four of Pentacles that came out on top of the Four of Wands here is about a need to let go of some things. You may have really gotten yourself stuck because you have this belief that maybe that there is one person for you, one career for you, one thing for you, and there's like some fear of change. And this Four of Swords is all about having to let something go, something that you've allowed to define yourself for a while. You can see with this Four of Pentacles how difficult letting go of this is, but you know it's the energy of you can't take it with you. You have to learn how to love your life and the people who come towards you with the best of your ability, right? You need to open yourself up to the possibility that life may look different than you expected it to, but open yourself up to the possibility that it could look like something even better than you were expecting. Okay. Ten of Wands. We have somebody here who's carrying a really heavy burden. I have the sense that there is some kind of clarity for someone here who needs to learn how to accept help from others, who needs to learn how to express the need for help from others. There's someone here who carries a lot of weight on their shoulders, and it's exhausting. There's someone here who wants to start seeking partnership in some way, but they're not sure how because they've gotten themselves stuck on one ideal or one idea of a person, and they're not sure how to let go of that. But they have, in fact, learned a lot about loving themselves. I have the Page of Cups in reverse. Ooh. Well, as I was saying, this is someone who has learned a lot about loving themselves. However, I'm not sure. I mean, I think that's actually what we're talking about with this, is someone who needs to learn how to forgive themselves with that Page of Cups in reverse. We may be talking about someone who's made, or in their opinion, quite a few mistakes in love. Possibly, in their opinion, made quite a few mistakes with their heart or the hearts of other people, and they're having a hard time forgiving themselves for it. They're not really sure how to let go of it, maybe. But they can see that there's definitely a need for it, and there's a desire for it. There's a desire for change for someone here. And it could look like a lot of different things for a lot of different people. I think what we're going to be seeing a lot of with this full moon is this energy of self-forgiveness and forgiving others around us. I have the Three of Cups and the Sun as well. So the Three of Cups is about reconciliation, and the Sun is about a need and a desire for healing. It came out in the reverse, the Sun did. And there's only a matter of time until we have this reconciliatory energy with this healing that comes about with it. I don't know what reconciliatory means in your life, whether we're talking about friendships, love relationships, work partnerships, whatever. But there is some kind of coming back together from after a time apart. You know, a lot of us been in a lot of isolation over the last year with the pandemic, I see. And a lot of people have had a lot of time for self-reflection and reassessment of their lives. We'll have a lot of people learning how to forgive one another and how to forgive themselves for a lot of things that have been accumulated over the last, I'm hearing, 9 years. I've got the Page of Pentacles and the World that came out. Okay, so this is someone who's starting at ground zero. This is someone who's rebuilding. This is someone who, with the World card, is ending one major cycle in their life so that they can begin something new. That Page of Pentacles is the energy of being like a freshman in college, where you head out and you have major choices in your life to make. What do I want to do with myself, with my life? What is my purpose? How will I learn? And who will teach me, right? That World card is, it's a symbol of all the work that you've been putting in over, what did I say, the last 9 years? Something like that. The World is a cycle of completion. It's what we have right before we can start all over again with the Fool card. All right. Let me see if there's anything else you want to say with this deck. I got the Eight of Swords here. There's someone who hasn't been talking. What was I saying about this need to ask others for help? There's someone here who's really going to have to learn how to communicate. There's someone who has a lot of information to share with the world here. I feel like that's you that I'm talking to. And they have a lot of good things to say. They have a lot to offer to one other person too, like a specific partner of some sort as well. But they're quite restricted from them in some way. This is someone who's really been struggling to ask for help, ask for forgiveness in some way, ask for assistance. I'm not sure. struggling to communicate, but there's a lot of movement forward with this Chariot energy. I'm going to grab one more deck real quick. Let's use the Star Power Tarot. These energies that I see that are being navigated here, really, it's really asking about self-forgiveness. It's about learning balance, and it's about learning to forgive yourself for the imbalances of the past. Understand that you're a human being and that the human experience is what it is. It is imperfect, and you are imperfect, and you have to stop expecting yourself to be otherwise. But it is 100% great of you to ask yourself to change and move forward. It's okay to make mistakes. The point of making them is that you learn to make different choices, right? I have the Chariot that came out right on top of the Chariot. Yeah, we have some major changes here. We have a lot of growth here. There's a lot of activity, a lot of energetic movement. Okay. Chariot is again the card of Cancer. Oh, sorry, that light is annoying. There we go. Very good job. Very good. We have the desire and the will to move forward here. And I'm seeing that because, okay, anytime you make a major shift in your life, obviously that really changes the energies that are in your field, right? We're going to start seeing a lot of differences in the readings because in the future, because we have a lot of people who have been actively trying to create lives of balance and peace and harmony within themselves, within the four walls of their home. Absolutely. And we have a lot of people who have stopped accepting less for themselves and from themselves. We have a lot of people who are making a lot of positive changes, and that changes everything. It changes the changes start within, and they start to radiate outwardly in the four walls of our homes and then out into our communities. Good job. All right, I have the Judgment card that came out with it. When it's time, it is time. When it's time, it's time. Okay. When it's time, that's that wake up moment. That's that resurrection moment. That's that rebirth moment. It's the card that comes right before the world. This is where we are, kids. Look, we've got the 20 and the 21. All right, Judgment to the world. It is time for this wake-up call. It's time to take action. It's time to start making the changes that are going to propel you from point A to point B. And I have the World card out again. Y'all are nuts. I love it. A million billion. Ah, ha, ha. The World twice. Good job. You guys are impressive. See, this is what I always say. If you can, in your living room, project your energy over here across to my table, and you can create all of these duplicate cards like this tells me you can do anything you want with your life. That tells me that you are developed enough energetically that you can direct your will in your life to create a lot of positivity in your life, to create balance, and to create an energy and an atmosphere of love and support towards yourself and those around you. And that is a real blessing. You're very, very gifted, whoever you are. Alrighty. I'm going to set this aside. This is the Seven of Swords, because I have to get a different deck, because this is an energy that we have to talk about. Hold on, one more from this deck. Okay, hold on. I got the Page of Cups again. Yeah, here we go. This is about self-forgiveness. This is what I was saying before, the Seven of Swords. Now, for me, in this deck particularly, this is the Star Power Tarot. For me, this is such an oogie card. I hate even showing it on camera. It's a highly narcissistic card. This is someone who believes their own lies. This is someone who lies to themselves and believes it, and then tries to convince everyone else of their own truth. And for some reason, there is like a denial of self-love here, and I need this to be looked at in this reading, because I have the Page of Cups out here twice, which is like a denial of forgiveness. It's a denial of love. It's a denial of acceptance in some way. Pages are messengers. Pages can be children. They're very immature, tender, little energies. They have to be nurtured so that they can grow, and they have to learn lessons. They have to be taught with kindness, right? That's how you teach children, right? And whenever I have the Page of Cups that comes out in reverse, it tells me that there is a denial of that in some way. I feel like we're talking about you here. I mean, you could be talking about someone else that you're having a hard time forgiving, that's for sure, or someone who's having a hard time forgiving you. But for me, in this reading, it feels like it's all about you. And this Page of Cups out twice is really a need for you to look at the things that you've been very, very hard on yourself about, and ask yourself, if you were a different person and you watched that person make those same choices, given the circumstances in their lives, would you be that hard on them, or would you forgive them? Would you say, it's all right, I can let it go, it's going to be okay? Now that's up to you. Let me grab one more deck real quick. Is there anything else y'all want to say about this before I cut you loose? Five of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords is a bullying energy. It's a win at all costs energy. It's somebody who has a hard time letting things go. They absolutely have to be a right fighter. They have to always be right in a situation. And I hear that they will drive people away with their need to be right. Six of Pentacles again. There's a need to find balance in some kind of situation. So here's the Five of Swords. This is an energy where people are oftentimes confused by this. That can be verbal bullying. It can be gossip. There can be a feeling of paranoia that comes with this card in some way. This is a feeling of someone who's not entirely honest with themselves about something, very similar to this narcissistic energy of this Seven of Swords here. Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, both very conflicted energies. This Six of Pentacles again, where did I put that? There it is. This Six of Pentacles again tells me it's a need for balance. There's somebody here that's very nervous though. It feels like there's an energy of someone here who feels they're not deserving of something. It's possibly someone here who feels they may not be deserving of love in some way. I've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Justice card again. Snap, that's twice out for that guy too. You guys are impressive. This Justice card though, this is time for righting of the scales. It's time for balancing the scales, a righting of wrong, of any times that there was it's karmic retribution. And in the upright like this, both times, it tells me that things are going to go better than you thought they were. There's somebody here who is very hard on themselves. And I think almost ridiculously so, like expects themselves to almost be perfect. And there's going to need to be a lot of self-healing that comes for that person. It's actually making me chuckle a little bit. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles that came out with this is a brand new solid beginning and a brand new solid start. Can be in love, career, finances, I'm not sure, but the energy of this card, whatever, with all of this story that's coming down, is a brand new beginning. Okay, so with the World card out there twice like that, with being a final ending to something, and with the Judgment card that comes right before that coming out twice as well, or however many, I don't even know, tells me that there's a wake up call, like a wake up moment, an aha moment that happens, and it happens like today. Now with the Justice card, it tells me that we have a balancing of karmic scales for the first time in a long time. We have people who are going to need to let go of a lot of things, because there's a lot of prosperity coming in for whomever this person is that I'm reading for here. There's a release of a lot of negativity. There's someone who learns how to start communicating for the first time in a long time their needs, and all of a sudden I feel like their needs are starting to be met in some way. There's still a lot of self-forgiveness that needs to be done here, and we have someone who still isn't telling themselves the truth entirely about something, or not accepting the truth entirely about something. There's some brand new beginning. There's some kind of reconciliatory energy and healing energy here as well, and there's someone who does want to start and make something brand new. There's someone who wants to start something new, and there's a lot of positive energy that's being thrown behind that in some way. I've got the Two of Swords. Very good. This is someone who's at a crossroads mentally, and they're having a hard time making a decision in some way. They're having a hard time deciding where they want to put their intentions, which direction they want to go in, with the Two of Swords in reverse. Very similar energy to the Hermit in reverse, which is someone who really is struggling to get their... Currently, I feel like you've been in the dark. I feel like you think you haven't had the answers. You haven't known which direction to go. You haven't known what to do in the past. I think all of a sudden we have clarity coming in. Yeah, absolutely, from a higher power as well. Very good. I've had this Seven of Cups on its side. This is someone who's been like dry. This is my dryer lint over the brain card. I don't know, that's how it always feels. It feels like brain fog, like fuzziness, like can't see the forest for the trees. Like, I don't know how I'm going to unwind this ball of knots, right? Like the National Lampoons with the big ball of Christmas lights, right? Little knot there, Russ. Yeah, that kind of thing. Like, how could I ever get to the bottom of this? That's the energy of the Seven of Cups for me. And it can be overwhelming to know how to navigate that. That's where you've been for a while. You've been absolutely befuddled by something and waiting for some kind of truth and clarity to come in. It looks like it's going to. I'm actually very excited all of a sudden. Yeah, I've got the Seven of Swords on top of the Seven of Swords, though. There is some kind of deceitful behavior here from somebody, though. There's someone who's still not telling the entire truth about something. Golly geez. So that's the Seven of Swords there, that guy. And then again, this one. I know. Creepy. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know who you are and what it is that you're struggling with here. I don't know if there's a denial of the amount of healing that needs to be done here, or if there's maybe a denial of a truth within yourself in some way, but clarity is happening. I've got 777. Remember, I said there was something coming from a higher power. 777 is an angelic guidance that comes after the 666, which is acknowledgement of toxicity in your life. And then we have guidance that comes in from afar to help, or not from afar, but from close by to help. Yep. There's some kind of partnership that comes in with this Three of Pentacles, somebody that wants to help you, someone that wants to work with you in some way, and establishing some kind of foundational partnership. What is, okay, hold on. I just got to ask, what is this Seven of Swords about? I'm going to use this traditional Rider-Waite real quick. Like, what is the Seven of Swords? Thank you. It's the Hermit. Again, you're nuts. This is the denial. There's some kind of... Hermit is the card of Virgo, if that rings a bell for you. The Hermit is all about seeking divine wisdom. It's about allowing God, a higher power, to start directing your life. It's about having to go within. It's about isolation. It's about learning to trust in a higher power. OMG. Where is the other one? We had it out 3 times, right? I don't know. It'll turn up in a second. But it's that energy that's kind of following you around right now. And I'm not sure what it is that you really feel like you need to go within and look for, but it's definitely there, right? Definitely present. Oops, wrong deck. What is... Okay, what's this Hermit about? The Tower. Oh, boy. The Tower is some kind of unexpected event that comes out of nowhere. Whenever we have it on its side, this is something that you've known the truth about the whole time. We've had you or someone else who's been sweeping something under the rug for a long time. And somebody's been trying to get your attention about something. It's got everything to do with this Seven of Swords right here. But this Tower is major fallout, and it's understanding whenever it goes under that Hermit card that what did we say? If you don't do it, it will be done for you. That's the energy that we're sitting in right now. That is nuts, y'all. Whatever this is, it's set to topple. And that's not necessarily a negative thing. Got the Devil in reverse. This is acknowledgement of toxicity in our life. That's exactly what we were saying with that 666 energy, right? The devil, the things that we enslave ourselves to, things we enchain ourselves to. Yeah, in the reverse like that, it's something that we didn't acknowledge for a long time. That's what that Seven of Swords is about. It's a denial of the truth about something, and having to assess that and accept that. I got the Hanged Man. It's the card of Pisces. It came out right in the middle with, again, the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Ay, ay, ay. This is someone who needs to take action in a situation. They have to stop holding on to things that have been holding them back for a long time. They know it, you know it, I know it, we all know it, right? This Knight of Cups is a new energy of love rushing in. It's an offer of love and devotion, of kindness, of friendship. It's a new love relationship that's coming towards you. You're going to have to let something go, though, before you can allow this into your life. And you will have to be the one that takes action in this situation to make these changes. I don't know what they are. I don't know. But these are the cards, right? All right, what? All right, just real quick before I let you go. What is this Knight of Cups energy here? Queen of Pentacles, very good. This is a very nurturing, supportive, balanced energy with the Queen of Pentacles. That's what's coming towards you with this Knight of Cups. This is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. With this Queen of Pentacles energy, though, it's a renewal. It's a lot of golden healing light. It's peace. It's prosperity. It can be an energy of just balance and harmony. That's what's coming towards you with that Knight of Cups. There's someone very loving coming towards you, someone who wants to assist you, someone that wants to help you, someone that feels very nurturing, very loving. But there is some kind of death that has to happen here with this Ten of Swords before you can get there. Yeah. Ten of Swords is the three-dimensional version of the Death card for me. It's the minor arcana version of the Death card for me. It feels much more so like something that happens in your immediate area. It's like putting an end to something, very similar to that Four of Swords energy that we had a couple of times out as well. It's needing to let go of something that you had held on to for a long time. It's very similar to that Tower card as well, where we have major fallout. And we have something that feels almost catastrophic that has to be navigated through. But once it's done, it's done. And we have a lot of peace coming towards you and a lot of love and foundational support. There's someone here who needs to take a look at the toxicities that have been accumulating in their lives. And they know it and they understand it for the first time in a long time. There's a tremendous amount of understanding that's coming in with this full moon. So do make sure you set your intentions to receive that clarity and receive that understanding for any of these areas that you have been confused about in the recent past. There's someone who has a lot of self-forgiveness to accomplish here, a lot of and I'm not sure why, because whoever we're reading for here is someone who's done a lot of work on themselves, and they have a lot of good karma coming towards them with this Justice card out 2-3 different times in the upright position. But there's someone who's having a hard time trusting themselves, and they feel like they might it's almost like someone needs to reach out and ask for help in some way, and I feel like it's coming towards you. There are a lot of toxicities that need to be addressed here with this Devil in reverse energy, because if they aren't addressed, it's going to be more of the same. All right, and with this Sun card coming out, there's a tremendous need for healing. Yes, yes, yes. All right, happy full moon. Yes, full moons are great for releasing, for releasing a lot of this stuff so that you can start something new and start focusing on things that are better for you. Better in the sense that they're going to bring you a lot more peace and a lot more balance in your life. Very good job. All right, I'll catch up with you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.